Thanks for stopping by. You are listening to the video recording of our episode. You can catch our streams live most Tuesday nights at 7:30 Eastern. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to get updates about our schedule. All our stream info and links are in the description below and at links.chaoticallybalanced.com. If you would like access to our Discord community perks and to see exclusive content through Coffee, visit chaoticallybalanced.com/support. Thanks! Let's head into the adventure. Welcome, adventurers. This is a quick note to say that this is part 1 of a live stream. To gain immediate access to our episodes, please visit links.chaoticallybalanced.com or go to chaoticallybalanced.com/support. Thanks! We'll see you in the next one. Welcome, fellow adventurers, nerds, and neurodivergents. Sit back, stay hydrated, and prepare yourselves for tonight's slightly delayed adventure. We are back. We are a little late this week, and we were not live last week due to sicknesses going through all of our players. But we are here nonetheless, such as the scheduling curse of D&D parties. Without further ado, last we left off after some shenanigans between Thessen, Nosferatu, Lala, and Ynor. The group began making progress out of the harbor. Joachim successfully navigated his new ship without being detected or caught by a blockade that was being set up, as spotted by Deedle. Kraka kept up the cooking while Ynor and Lala tried to make sense of what was happening with Thessen. At one point, both Ynor and Lala had some visions within the void. Eventually, food was ready and they all gathered and ate lunch together. It was a little late. During this, they discussed what was happening with Thessen and Nosferatu, at which point an orb appeared on the table, and Joachim, trying to focus on the orb, also had some visions. With more questions than answers, they all go back to their posts, only to find a strange merchant ship approaching them. They briefly speak with the crew, only to find out that the ship is hostile. Now, they work to end the combat that had begun last time, and to find out what this ship is really carrying. Looks like the map is good and all the initiative is good. We are at the top of the round with Investigator Graybreeze.
Which one of the two flanking me looks the most injured?
They're about even.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the one that me and D are flanking.
Okay, so you roll that attack with advantage.
Oof. I'm gonna hero point that. They're humans, right?
Humanoid, but yeah.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Just barely.
Nine. I don't think I have any spells to smite. Nope. So I'm gonna hit him again.
Advantage?
28.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Another 13 points.
Okay.
And then that's really all that I can do. Alright, and my turn.
Alright. Last you left, you commanded Poppy to carry Lala over to the ship. However, you didn't tell her where. So would you like to adjust your command to Poppy?
I'll tell her to listen to what Lala tells her.
Okay, so she is going to just waddle up over here to Lala and hold her movement. Thessen is still on your shoulder.
Yep.
Are you telling Thessen to do anything?
He can apparently swallow people whole.
Listen, do I know if he can do that on command?
No.
No? Would him leaving provoke an attack of opportunity?
On him, probably.
Fuck. I'm just telling him to hold tight.
Okay. Kraka, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna unleash on the dude that tried to take me out at point blank range.
The one that you're right in front of there?
Yeah, like pull
Yeah.
the pistol up at me and try to shoot me 3 times.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll some attacks. That's a good
29.
attack. That hits. That was almost a crit.
That would be sneak attack too, right?
For you, yes. Swashbuckler. Not bad damage. This is 21 points of damage on your first attack. This is your second attack, 18.
I'll take it.
It hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Another 7 points of damage. It's 2 attacks. You still got your bonus action.
Am I not coming through?
I hear you now. I didn't hear you before.
Ah, okay. I'd like to add stunning strike to the last attack.
Ah, okay. So that is Constitution.
Yeah, I think it's 16.
He is stunned.
Nice. Let's see. So we'll have a bonus and well, then I'm gonna do a little fancy little footwork here, and I'm gonna jump off of the railing.
Okay.
And oh, that's not moving. Hold on.
Was that measuring?
And land right about there, and like basically, I'm just gonna jump kick him when I jump over the railing. Come down and
All right.
kick him.
So just the bonus action attack.
Yeah, the unarmed strike.
Go ahead and make your roll. That is
Natural
a
20!
natural 20.
Woo!
So everyone gains an inspiration who has a slot for it. As that is a crit, you have your 2 options. You can deal more damage, or you can impose some kind of effect.
Could I have hit him so hard that I have like sent him in a state of confusion or like a concussion?
So you could stun him temporarily, like a free stunning strike. Or you could like knocked him out of it, like knocked him prone and knocked him unconscious for until your next turn.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll knock him prone.
Alright, so he'll go prone and unconscious until your next turn, and then you still deal your normal damage then on that. Alright.
Different target sneak attack, or is that once only per turn?
That's once per turn.
Okay.
So sneak attack. So once per turn is kind of funny because you can technically use sneak attack on an opportunity attack. Because that's not your turn. But you can't use it twice in the same turn.
Okay, noted. And that'll end my turn.
Alright. D, I know you are driving, so I will take control of you for the time being, and I'm just going to have you attack. She should be raging. The marker disappeared, but she did rage before, so I just add the marker back. So we're going to just smack with the axe. First roll is an 18, which hits. Second roll. Oh, these should both be at advantage. So the first one hits with an 18, and then we'll roll the second one at advantage. Do you have 6 barbarian, 2 rogue? You don't have anything that'll grant you an extra crit. So 18 and 29, 2 hits. We're going to do a 15 and 17 for a total of 32 points of damage. Oh. Yenor, you watch as Deedle, raging, just jumping from ship to ship, just comes over and she comes to your assistance and she's slashing. And then on this next round, she's just cleave into one shoulder, pulls it out, cleaves into the other shoulder. V just falls out and plops on the ground.
That's kind of gross.
Viscera everywhere. Just psh.
Yeah, that's a little gross.
Real quick, Lala, in your head you hear, "Ooh, some fresh food."
They all were not prepared to fight with pirates.
Alright. It is the enemy's turn now. And then, Wakeem, you are up after all the enemies go. Let's see. So he's stunned. He's prone and unconscious. Captain. Let's see. What is the captain? Oh. Above BTT just freaked out. I lost the chat box. 1 second, I gotta refresh my map. Because I kind of need that. There we go. So he is now going to do some interesting things. Kraka. I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to use the inspiration that I just got back.
Go ahead and re-roll. Because that was a natural one.
I'll take 18.
18. Meets it, beats it. You just see out of the corner of your eye as you're jumping down, the guy, the captain of this ship, just throws a set of bolas at your feet. And as you kick his crew member and knock him to the ground, you just very so swiftly just sidestep where the bolas would have tied your feet up, just barely missing you. Let's see.
Now, is there any way that I could have maybe use a reaction for like deflect missile, or to maybe?
It's not an attack.
You're right, but because you know how I like to be creative. But just to grab it and be able to throw it back at him, and if it hits him, it would do the same thing. It just wouldn't hurt him.
Let me see. It doesn't have to by range of attack. I would say in the future you probably can do that with something that's being thrown at you, yes.
Okay.
As long as you have the resources available to use deflect missiles. Because remember, you need a key point available to be able to throw the thing back at them.
You need a key point for the attack?
Yes, I believe, because let me look at deflect missile again. You can use your reaction to deflect or catch the missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus 10. If you reduce the damage to 0 and have a free hand, you can spend 1 key point to make a ranged attack, as with a monk weapon, and your ranged attack has a range of 20 feet or 60 feet at disadvantage. So to throw it back, yes, it costs a key point. It doesn't cost a key point to reduce the damage, though.
Okay, so then I'll subtract an extra key point for the bullet that I threw back in that guy's face.
Yeah. If you didn't. But if you get hit with an attack and you have your reaction, you can still use deflect missiles even if you have no key. You just can't throw the thing back.
Yep.
All right. He is not happy that his thing didn't hit you. He is going to then... What are we going to do? He's going to use a trick shot. And you and Yenor, because both Beetle's facing away from it, but you, Kraka, and Yenor would see the glint, and I guess Lala and Joaquin would see it too, the glint tip of a long-barreled rifle coming over the banister. Kraka, he's mad that he missed you, so he's taking aim at you. And he is going to make a winging shot at you as well. That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, I'm going to deflect that.
All right. Go ahead and roll your 1d10 for deflect missiles. $16 points of damage minus 12, so you take 4 points of piercing damage because you were able to deflect it.
Right.
I'd say instead of it going through where he was targeting, you're able to like do some matrix moves, and it just is a glancing hit. Stings, but doesn't hurt too bad.
You said that was 4 points of damage?
Yeah, 4 points after subtracting your deflect missiles.
Right. Okay.
And then you need to make a strength saving throw.
Inspiration.
Go ahead, reroll.
Oh my god. One more time.
Really trying.
Okay. If it's below 10, I don't like it. If it's above 10, then I ride it out.
10's the threshold.
For me, yes.
You are knocked prone.
Damn. Okay.
The glancing hit, while not enough to deal serious amount of damage because the bullet does lodge itself in the deck below the one you're on, it does knock you off balance enough that you're kind of just kind of knocked prone. So we will mark you as, I don't know why prone's a condition, but I'll just mark you as prone for the time being. You can always get up next turn. That was one attack. He is going to use his expert marksmanship to reload, do a fast reload, and then he is going to take aim at you, Yenor. And this is going to be he's also going, he's going to make this a forceful shot. That is a 22.
Yep.
So you need to make a strength saving throw as well.
Natural 20.
Everyone gets an inspiration back. You still take 15 points of piercing damage.
Okie doke.
But you are not knocked back 15 feet.
And you said 15 points of damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he's going to turn and take aim at you, Wakeem, across the decks. That would be another grit point.
It's got disadvantage.
Yes, because of your cloak. However, he's going to make this a Deadeye shot, and it's going to be a straight roll. Deadeye shot grants him advantage. That would be a hit, because that's a 34.
I am going to... Can I use an inspiration to force you to reroll?
No, you can only use luck to do that.
Do I have... I don't think
I believe. I think because luck says you can use it when an opponent rolls, but inspiration is solely just for your rolls.
Okay, then yeah, nothing I can do about that.
So you take 21 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Because he used his grit point for the advantage to negate your disadvantage, he does not do anything else on that.
How far away is he from me?
How far away? Let me do a quick. He's about 50 or so feet away from you.
50? I'm gonna hellish rebuke him.
Ooh. That is a saving throw of some sort, if I remember correctly.
A dex save.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. He saves with a 21.
Okay, so he takes half damage.
Yeah, he'll still take some damage, though.
Alright, so half.
So 17, that would be 8 points of damage. Listen, damage is damage.
Indeed.
Okay, that's all he can do. So these 4 that have been damaged by the cannon explosions and the shadow down there. Let's see. Gonna move up here. This one's gonna stand on top of this one's body. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. This one's going to circle around this way. And this one's going to circle around this way. So, this first one is in flanking with his buddy that just is standing on top of the eviscerated person. And is going to just make some... Come on. He's just going to make some short sword attacks against Deedle. So that's a 25 and a 14. So the 25 hits. Deedle's going to take... let me see. Does your rage grant you resistance? Yep. So that would be 13 points of piercing cut in half. Go ahead.
You said I took 21 points, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then this one is also going to strike a deal. Go ahead and check for concentration as well. This one's also going to swipe at Deedle.
I'm going to inspiration that.
Go ahead. That's 21 and a 22. I believe those both hit. Yep. So Deedle's going to take...
Oh my god, what the fuck? I have to
10,
inspiration that again.
13, 23 points cut in half to 11.
Wow. I don't know if that's a failure or success.
Well, a concentration check is half the damage. And half of 21 is 10.5, rounded down to 10. Meets it, beats it. You succeed.
Jesus Christ.
Barely.
Barely.
But you succeed. This guy is knocked down until the start of Kraka's turn. That guy's still stunned. Right? I can never find it when I want it. Until the end of your next turn. Yeah, so he's still stunned. Alright, so this guy, Kraka, you are prone right now. So these melee attacks are going to have advantage on you. So he's going to swipe at you twice. That's a 24 and a 28. Because they're at advantage. 14. You take 30 points of bludgeoning damage as this one is just attacking you with hammers.
Ouch.
And this other one is also going to smack you, but he is using short swords. That's a 15, which misses. Oh my god, that's a 13, which also misses. The second one just fucking whiffs it. More accurately, I would say the first guy is just beating you with hammers, so you, being a adept up close and personal fighter, just kind of use your shell to block to parry the second guy's attacks as you're trying to recover from this. That is all your enemies that can go.
I just kind of look at the other guy and just, You didn't say the magic word.
From the ground. Joaquim, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm still on this shit.
Yes, and you're concentrating on darkness and you have a shadow.
Shadow goes after me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I jump onto this ballista here?
Jump on physically or jump on like you're going to aim to use it? To utilize it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I will say that the one you're right next to rotates like 180 degrees also.
Okay.
Yes.
So then, yeah, let's do that instead.
So up close, as you notice, so these two, the two side ones, are pretty locked in place. Like they have maybe 30-degree rotation back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And they're quite a bit lighter than this front one. This front one is like, those two are like, your ship on those two is upgraded from crossbows to ballistas. This front one is like a heavy ballista.
Okay.
And it rotates like 180, 190 degrees, enough to cover the entire front peripheral of your ship.
Perfect. I want to try and take out one of the ones that's flanking Kraka.
Okay, so you're going to rotate it all the way around and target one of the two back here.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you want to target?
This guy.
All right. Go ahead. I'm going to say, are you proficient with... Yes, you are, because you're proficient with martial and simple weapons. So you're proficient with crossbows, which is what a ballista would be.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you can make a... Just make an attack roll with your crossbow, your light crossbow that you have in your list of weapons, because it'd be the same roll. It'd be your D20 plus Dex plus proficiency.
Okay. Uh,
17.
I'm gonna hero point. Do I need?
It's up to you.
Yeah, let's. Do I have any hero points? Let me see.
That's a good question.
Okay, I've got one hero point left. Let's hero point it. So that's a D6.
Go ahead.
A 1, of course.
That's an 18 total. His AC is 18. You hit.
Oh my god. Just barely tonight.
All right. So this, I forget what I use. I didn't write down what these things damages. I just make it up on the fly. This thing will, how about let's do, I don't know, 48 plus your dexterity.
48?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll roll 48.
48 plus, so roll 48, add 3. Sure, it's a heavy ballista. It does a lot of damage.
All right, so 22.
22 points damage. I will also say this guy has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
That's a 5. He is pushed backwards and pinned by the ballista bolt to the back railing.
Nice.
I'm going to call that restrained.
Holy shit!
Yeah, Crockett, you're still on the ground. And just this ballista bolt comes from over your head. And this guy just gets flung off his feet and he's pinned to the back railing here.
All right, that was my action, I'm guessing, right?
Let me see. Yes, that would be your action because you only have one attack per action.
Okay. You said we can do a cantrip as a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. Let me do which one do I do? I guess the best one would probably be this guy right here. He hasn't been damaged at all, right?
He has been. He was around the cannon that you exploded.
Okay.
Just not as damaged as the guy that you just pinned to the railing.
Yeah, no, that's fair. This guy's a little bit even more damaged, right?
Which one?
This guy.
Yes.
It's cool. Either way.
So this guy is quite a bit more damaged, but this guy is also prone and unconscious.
Oh,
So
this guy right here?
Yes. Croco rolled the crit on that one, so he's prone, so he may be harder to hit at range.
I'm going to toll the dead this guy.
Toll the dead. Is that Constitution?
That is a wisdom save.
Wisdom. That's a 15.
That is a failure. So, and since he's taken damage, it would then be 2d12 instead of 2d8. So
Yes.
I will roll 2d12.
Which is pretty decent damage for a cantrip.
Indeed it is. Not bad. I'll take it.
14? That's not bad at all.
All right. So that is the end of Joaquin's turn.
Yep, and you have your shadow that's downstairs kind of half in your darkness.
Okay, can I have it come up the stairs so that I can see what it can see?
Yeah, its movement's 30 feet, so we're going to do about 5 feet to the stairs, and then I'd say another 5 feet up to get up the stairs. So you've got 20 feet of movement left, and it is now up on the deck.
All right, so let's have him move a little bit here. And on the wing. It's there we go. Okay, yeah, let's do a shade glare on that dude.
Which one? The one you just hit with Toll the Dead?
Yep.
Alright, so Shade Glare, let me look at...
That's another
Wisdom save. What's your spellcasting ability modifier? +7?
Yeah.
So 17. That would be an 8.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
What did he get?
18.
Yeah, he beat it.
Okay.
So he is not paralyzed. In that case, I will just try and make a. I'm too far away for that. Let's try a Shade Whip. So that would be a Dex save. DC. I'm sorry. And my spellcasting modifier is a +6, so it's a 16.
16. Okay. I knew it was somewhere around there. So we're gonna do a dexterity saving throw. Bad luck. That's a 24.
All right. Damn. Nothing I can do about that. The shadow will look upset, and then can I have it slither back into the darkness?
Back downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you only used about 15 feet, so he can go back to where he was, like half in, half out.
Yeah. I'll have him do that, and I will end my turn.
Lala, it is your turn.
Hi.
However, because Poppy technically goes before you, what do you want Poppy to do?
So she has picked me up and flapped me around. For some reason, Joaquin's darkness is not showing up for me. It was there last time, but does it
That's
cover?
weird.
Yeah, that's fine. Does it cover any part of the other boat? There it is. Hi, darkness. What are you doing up there?
It's not up. It's actually down. That's the lower level of the boat.
Oh, okay. There it is.
So if you're looking at it from like here, it'd be here, but down. Because it's on the lower. He cast it on the lower deck.
Got it. Okay.
It's hard to do layers on a 2D map.
So it doesn't actually darkness any of that upper part of the boat. So
Correct.
irrelevant. Then we are going to direct Poppy to drop me right on the fucking head of this guy.
On the head?
Yep.
Are you also going to be making an attack as you are dropped on the head?
Yes, she is hoping to fall on top of him in an attacking manner and then stab.
How high up do you want Poppy to drop you from? For logistics sake, her fly speed is 60 feet.
Yeah, maybe just like 10.
Okay.
You know, not so
So
she's
we're
like,
not doing a ridiculous superhero thing.
no, no, she's not an
All right.
Olympic.
So, Poppy is gonna pick you up, fly over here. She's gonna drop you right there, and she's gonna land right next to you. As you're coming down onto this ne'er-do-well, go ahead and make an attack with, I assume, Desolace's Fang. However, I will... Actually, you already have advantage because you're flanking. So, go ahead and make your attack with advantage.
Hooray!
That did not roll at advantage.
It did not. It's okay. I'm doing it again.
It also didn't add your modifier.
That's okay. So that's a 28. And then another
So
one.
it definitely hits. Let's just go for the crit.
Oh, hi. Nice to see you there. Thanks for stopping by and enjoying the show. You can support us further by leaving a like and review. Spread the fun by sharing with your friends. We're sure they'll have a good time. You can also help us by heading over to our coffee page at chaoticallybalanced.com/support, linked in the description below, and seeing what exclusive content is available to you. Alright, it's time to get back into the adventure.
Come on. Nope. That's a 19.
It hits.
Yeah, but it's a 19. Oh, also, I'm being dropped from the fucking sky, so is it a sneak attack?
You have advantage, so it's a sneak attack.
Oh, okay, yes. Yay! My brain always tries to, like, reality what sneak attack means.
Yes. Sneak attack is generally if you actually sneak on them, but also granted to you if you have advantage on the attack. Except in the case of a swashbuckler.
Yeah, my sneak attack is probably confusing the hell out of you.
So that's 11. And now sneak attack damage.
That's a good roll for the dagger.
It's like the most. Sneak attack damage is Oh, that was pretty good too. 15.
I will say the force of your attack and being dropped does knock this individual prone.
Huzzah! Stab, stab, stab.
So that's your first attack. You have a second attack.
I do.
You're hasted.
Once she falls on him, she's just going to keep stabbing. So
Technically, your second attack also has advantage.
more stabbing.
However, it does not get sneak attack again.
That's a natural 20.
That is a natural 20. Everyone gets an inspiration back. You have the option to deal additional damage or invoke some kind of special effect.
I've already knocked him prone, so we're just going to do all the damage.
All right, so go ahead and roll normal damage.
Ten.
10. And then we add max die. So for you, that's just another +4. So it deals 14 points of damage.
I know, it's not a lot for me, but still.
He is bleeding profusely.
And under a very small girl. Trapped.
Oh, some blood. Am I able to drink this person's blood? Will you be mad if I suck him dry like a husk?
No, is enemy. Go ahead.
If you allow Nosferatu to do this, it will use your bonus action.
Okay.
This is a special condition because he is bleeding profusely and very close to death. Nosferatu then
has to be interested in the blood, which he is not for everybody.
That's also true. He has to want to drink the blood. I will say, roll. There's no damage threshold for this. Roll
D10.
Roll another normal attack with Nosferatu, but it's going to be done as necrotic damage.
Heck yeah.
No, not a D20. Just the damage, not the attack. Sorry.
That's okay.
Roll Nosferatu's damage.
Man, I wasted an 18.
It's fine. You guys are rolling well.
9.
So that's 9.
Yeah.
You watch as this person that you just landed on their head and have shanked very many times just slowly dries up and becomes this deliquefied husk of a person.
Whee! Oh, does Flying Poppy use my movement?
No, Flying Poppy does not use your movement. Flying Poppy uses her movement.
And Lala is off to the next person who needs help. Do-do-do.
Oh, you're running over there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Kraka is bleeding and bruised on the ground.
Yes. She's here to help. Hi.
Are you doing anything else?
Hi.
I was saying, I think that's it. My movement
Okay.
was my thing.
You instructed your puppy to wait in the bottom of your guys' ship.
Yeah, he's down there.
Ynor, it is your turn.
Is this guy still prone? The
Which
orange
guy?
one. It's not. Oh, I have a ruler selected. This one.
Yes.
And that gives advantage, right?
You'd have advantage anyway because you're oh no, technically you're not flanking where Kraka is right now. But yes, it does grant advantage.
Yeah. I smack. 22.
That hits, and because he's unconscious, it's an auto crit.
Okay.
You can either invoke a special effect or deal additional damage.
How hurt does he look?
He looks pretty hurt. It's pretty hurt.
And he's unconscious until Croc's turn?
Yes, until the top of Croc's turn.
I'll do more damage this time.
Okay.
Wow.
Go ahead and roll your normal attack.
You all call us pirates, but you're attacking an unconscious guy. Just pointing at him from over here.
12.
Okay. He looks very hurt.
And the additional damage?
Oh no. The additional damage, so that's a... Did you roll all of Dawnbringer's damage? You did not.
1d8 plus 6.
Plus the additional 1d8, right? Or is that just against undead?
That's against
Okay.
undead.
So then additional 8 points of damage. Very hurt.
Alright, I hit him again.
Go ahead.
I guess it doesn't matter because it's an auto crit.
That has to hit.
28.
Yeah, so that's an auto crit.
Ow. 2. Or 8.
8 plus another 8 points damage. So 8, so that's 16. He is... I guess he's not bleeding profusely. There are very many gaping wounds.
Damn, I was hoping he'd be dead.
Knocking on death's door.
And where's Poppy?
Right here. She goes right after you, so...
Yeah, I'm trying to see what her attack is. Only at +5.
You could also have Thessen try. He does have attacks.
It's also a +5.
Yes. They both have turns. You can have them both try.
Yeah, I'll have Poppy try. Since she's
So
next.
You call her up. What are you going to have her try to do?
Talons.
Go ahead and roll the attack with advantage.
Ooh.
Ooh. That misses. I don't think she can attack twice.
No, I don't
No.
think so.
You can have Thessen try.
Oh, that was Thessen.
Oh, then you can have Poppy try. They don't have to go in order. Advantage.
Just
No, yeah. Just click it again.
14.
Same roll twice. 14. I believe that misses. Yes.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else?
No. I'm done.
Kraka, it is your turn. This guy wakes up. He is still prone, but he's no longer unconscious.
I'm trying to find it, but I couldn't find it.
What were you looking for?
I got it.
Okay.
How far away am I from the captain?
The captain that was taking pot shots at you guys?
Yeah.
Let's see. You're about 50 feet from either stairwell. And then it's about 10 feet to get up the stairs. So that's 60 feet. And then he is about 10 feet from the stairs. So that's 70 feet.
Okay.
I think everybody over here has these. I don't know, that other guy up on the balcony, though. All right. I'm going to do this. I don't know if it's smart, but.
You're going to have to stand up first.
Yep, I am.
So that's half your movement.
In my little. Like, I'm going to do like a spin type move.
Yep.
To like stand up. So I'm going to do that like monk. Like when he jumps up, even though I'm a turtle, but somehow I'm gonna kick myself up, but in a spin style, and I'm gonna attack this guy first.
Okay, so you have advantage on that attack.
$27.
That hits. You deal your 10 points damage to this guy.
Or does that not work because I have allies around
No,
me?
you have advantage, so you still get the regular sneak attack, I believe.
Gotcha.
Rakish Audacity isn't an adjustment to sneak attack, it's an addition to.
Okay.
So... Alright. He's pretty bludgeoned.
Okay. I think this is gonna open up an opportunity attack, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm going to run towards the captain. So I have 20 more feet of movement. So I'm gonna run in my movement for that 20 feet. I'm gonna use Step of the Wind, and I'll run the other 20 feet. And once I get to there, because Step of the Wind, my jump is doubled, I'm just gonna jump right up from here up over the railing at the captain, and attack him.
So 20 feet, and you're gonna jump up. You'd probably land right there. You do not get an attack of opportunity. Go ahead and roll an attack against the captain.
No, inspiration.
$29 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. 11. Okay.
I still have a bonus action, correct?
Yes, I believe. So let me check Step of the Wind.
Or Step of the Wind was my bonus action. That's right.
Yes, I believe. Yeah, Step of the Wind uses your bonus action.
So then I'll end my turn here.
Okay. Deedle, are you with us? I saw you got back and you're set up now. Maybe. Maybe not. Yep.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my computer to load.
Okay. Can you see the map or no?
Can't see anything.
I'm gonna have you attack the person you are flanking with Yenor. So we got advantage on this roll. That is a 26 and advantage again. That couldn't have been a worse dichotomy, a natural 1 and a natural 20. That's a natural 20. Everyone gains an inspiration. On that natural 20, Deedle, would you like to inflict more damage or inflict a special effect of some sort? Say again? I didn't quite catch that. Uh-oh. There's nothing coming through. That first one does 19 points of damage. Second one does another 19 points of damage. I see you back in chat.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Did you want to do extra damage or inflict a special effect?
Extra damage.
Alright, so that 19 points damage becomes 31, so another 12 points damage. This person is bleeding heavily. That's going to be the end of... do you have any potions?
I should have some healing potions.
You have one healing potion. Oh no. You have 3 regular healing potions. You have 1 superior healing potion. You have a bonus action left if you want to take one of them.
Yeah, I'll take one of the potions.
Alright, so we'll take a regular potion. And that is 2d4 plus 2. 2 3s. So that is 8 points of healing back, which is better than nothing. Okay. Now it is the enemy's turns. Let's see. So this guy is not happy. Who is he more unhappy with? So he'll make 1 strike at Deedle. That is a 20, that barely hits, and he'll make 1 strike at Yenor. That's a 16, that misses. Deedle, you get poked with a short sword as you take 11 points of piercing damage. Cut in half to 5. Because you are raging. And this guy is going to action surge and make an attack on each of you again. Deedle, that is a 15 that misses, and Yenor, that is a 23, so that one hits you. You get poked with a short sword, and you take 14 points of piercing damage. This other one is, prone and bleeding, so he's going to spend half his movement to get up. And he is going to use his action to disengage. And bonus action to dash onto the stairs back here. Where he will end his turn. This one can't do anything. He's struggling. This one's going to hop down and run over to his buddy over here. Use the help action to pull out that ballista bolt. Joaquim, since you fired the ballista bolt, I will have you roll the damage one would take having a ballista bolt removed from their person.
Ooh.
So I'd say that's half the dice that you rolled for the damage, so 2d8.
Okay, rolling 2d8.
11 points. So I'm gonna say that. And this bolt gets pulled out of him as blood just sprays the deck. He is no longer restrained over here. He is going to make a strength check. Athletics is fine. A 5. So they're just... He's trying to carry his friend to safety over here. They don't get very far. They maybe make it to right behind Lala somewhere. And then the captain's turn. This could get hairy. However, he's in melee, so he can't use his guns anymore. He is going to make 3 attacks in quick succession against you, Kraka.
Oh boy.
With a longsword. That's a natural 20.
Oh shit.
That's a 24. And a 14. So 2 of the 3 hit.
Yep, regretting my decision.
On the natural 20, he is going to knock you prone, deal normal damage. So that is 15 points of damage, and you're knocked on your ass. Again. And because you're prone, technically, the second and third attack would have advantage. So I'm re-rolling. Second attack doesn't roll any higher than a 24. Third attack does hit goes from a 14 to a 28. So the second attack, you take 22 points of slashing damage.
I'm out. I'm knocked out.
So if you are out, you are rolling death saves. He is going to redirect his third attack at Lala, but it's just going to be a crossbow bolt. Lala, what's your AC right now?
20? I think my haste adds 3. Let me double check.
He should add 2.
2 and 19.
19? Yeah, so you're going to get hit with a crossbow bolt.
I'm going to react.
Okay. What are you going to do to react?
Uncanny dodge.
Okay. So that is 14 points of piercing damage. Uncanny dodge, I believe, would just cut that in half to 7.
Yes. Correct.
So you take 7 points of piercing damage from a crossbow bolt.
Attempts to smack it out of the way with Nosferatu. Catches it across the arm.
You do all see Kraka go down, though. But you saw him go down before. You're not sure if he's down, or just down. That's all their turns. Joaquim, it's your turn.
Okay. Decisions. How far away am I from Kraka?
About the same distance from the captain. Maybe like 5 feet less, like 65 feet instead of 70.
Okay. I am going to... What would be the most useful thing to do right now? Okay. Let's have a little bit of fun.
Okay.
Is there a way for me to line up a crossbow bolt shot to hit these 3 dudes?
Which 3 dudes?
Hold on. 1, 2, and 3.
Hitting all 3 in a line would be difficult because there's a mast right there. You could hit the first 2.
Which 2? These?
The 2 that are right next to each other, the 2 that are right behind Lala. You could aim to try and hit those 2.
Okay, let's do that.
Because your ship's kind of offset from there, so you'll kind of get around the mast a little bit.
Yeah.
As long as you don't roll a natural 1, you won't hit Lala.
Okay. So again, it's another crossbow shot.
Yeah, so just make your crossbow roll.
18.
Are we sticking with the 18?
I don't have any more hero points, so I got to go with it.
Okay. Let me see. 18 does hit.
Nice. So what do we do? 4d8?
Yes. Plus your plus 3.
4d8 rolling.
If it's roll high enough, you're pinning this guy to his dead buddy.
28.
28 points of damage. So, the way this will work, because you are going through somebody, is it does full damage to the first guy and half damage to the second guy that is going through. Because the first guy is slowing down the momentum of it.
Makes sense.
Essentially. If it was a heavier piece of equipment, that wouldn't be the case. But this is not a siege level ballista that would require a crew to fire. This is just a heavy mounted ballista. So 25. So the first guy takes the full 25 points damage.
28.
Or 28, sorry. 28. First guy takes the full 28 points damage. The second guy takes 14 points damage. They are both... I didn't want to move the darkness. Pinned back here. So, all of you on the deck of the other ship, the Deedle, Yenor, and Lala, you see Joaquim take an aim again with this heavy ballista that he's manning. And he fires. And it's aimed... From your perspective, it's pointed in the direction of Poppy, and Lala, it looks like it's pointed directly at you. But he's got this thing, like, dialed in. Like, he's going through the little sight. He's got it up and angled, and he fires. And it goes over Poppy. It goes over you, Lala, and it just pins these 2 fuckers to the railing.
All right. Joaquim again does that. That was my action.
Lala, you're splattered with blood.
Yes.
Also.
Lots of blood for
I need
Lala.
else is new.
Okay. Can I move to the edge here?
Yes.
Okay. Will that put me within 60 feet of Kraka now?
Barely, but yes.
Okay. So Joaquin shoots the ballista, sees that he hits, gives like a quick nod, and then again, seeing that Kraka went down, he will run to the edge of the ship and just kind of like reaching out to Kraka. He will cast using my last second. Can I upcast Healing Word?
Let me look at your spells and things real quick here.
Yes.
Yeah, you can upcast Healing Word. I didn't know what you meant, if you were just going to upcast it normally or if you were trying to do something fancy with it.
I mean, I would love to see if there's any way I can boost it, but I'm using a second level spell slot, but is there any way that I can give it some more oomph?
In terms of what? Do you want to heal more people or do more single target healing?
More single target. I guess, is there a way for me to, again, try to combine a bit of my lay on hands to reach out to Kraka in addition to this Healing Word?
I see. So you have 10 lay on hand pools left. And you are using your second level slot for Healing Word.
Yes.
Make an Arcana check. This shouldn't be too difficult, but
Could he use hand to touch?
Could he use what?
The darkness hand. He has the darkness just under there. So if
the shadow? He can't cast things through the shadow, unfortunately.
Darn. Cannot be an extension of your hand.
Oh, I'm going to inspiration that, because then that's a natural one.
All right, go ahead.
Hold on, what the fuck?
That definitely wouldn't work.
That definitely would not work.
But you're not trying to do something too crazy intensive. A 15? That's a success.
Yeah.
You can combine your lay on hands with your Healing Word and buff it. I'm going to say it will cost 5 points of lay on hands.
Okay.
But you can double the healing of Healing Word.
Oh, awesome. All right, so I've taken that off.
So you roll and then just double what you roll.
Okay. So I have taken that off. I'm rolling that. Okay.
So 28. Kraka, from the darkness of unconsciousness from this quick succession of strikes, you feel life and light and breath re-enter your body as you are jolted back to the land of the living. Okay. You heal 28 points.
Oh.
All right. Joaquin will see that Kraka comes up, so he will breathe a sigh of relief. Now, that is everything that Joaquin can do. So then we shift to the Shadow. Yep. Shadow is going to slither up the stairs.
Back to where it was?
Yep.
Okay.
How far away is he from the captain?
In normal distance or to move to get to the captain?
In normal distance, straight shot.
30 feet.
Okay. So, he's got the 2 attacks right now. I have to roll to see if I recharge the Shade Glare.
Yes.
And that's a recharge.
That is a recharge.
All right. So let's try a Shade Glare on it.
On who?
On the captain.
Let Let me look at specifics here. It would have to move a little bit in order to get into line of sight with the captain.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's going to have to spend 10 feet of movement to get over here, kind of on an angle to kind of see over both the see around the mast and the steering column.
Okay.
And it can see the captain then. And then the captain can do a... What is that? Wisdom save, 16.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 26. He's got a high wisdom save.
All right.
He also rolled high. He rolled a 17.
Yeah, that's all. What do I want to do?
Second attack.
I do have a second attack. What do I want to try, though? What wouldn't be a waste? I don't know. I guess let's yeah, let's do a shade. Let's do a shade. I need you guys to take these other guys out so you can do other stuff. Shade glare on this guy, the one in front of Lala.
You have to recharge it again.
Oh, that's right. Let me see if it'll recharge. Nope, that is not a recharge. In that case, let's shade whip that guy.
Dexterity save.
Yeah.
Same thing. 16.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's in front of Lala, right?
Yes.
They're rolling high. That's a 27.
Ooh. All right. How much movement does it have left?
It used about 15 feet to get up here and then another 10 feet to move over here. So that gives it 5 foot of movement. But remember, it also has the shade warp it can do as a bonus action.
Yeah, I was thinking about using that.
You can also swap places with it.
All as the bonus action.
For you to swap places with it, it has to be within 30 feet of you. Or an ally. It can swap places with an ally, but it has to be within 30 feet of them.
Ah, okay.
Or can warp itself 30 feet.
How far away is it from flanking with Kraka?
Just straight shot?
Yeah.
And 30 feet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do that. I'm going to have order.
It's exactly 30 feet. It's going to warp and perfectly flank with Kraka.
Yeah. Let's do that. We'll end turn.
All right. Lala, it's your turn. You just got sprayed with blood and other viscera as the two people that were behind you just got pinned to the railing again.
Yeah, this is not surprising. What are they pinned by? Clothing or body parts?
Body. This thing is going through them, like their chest cavity.
Through the chest.
Yeah. Actually, Joaquin got a bullseye. He got the second guy, the first guy that he pinned with the second guy that was behind him. It's going through the same hole.
Yeah. It would probably be too difficult to throw them overboard.
Yes.
All right. We will stab the one in front of us. Stab, stab, stab.
Go ahead and make your first attack roll.
Inspiration.
Ooh, go ahead and re-roll.
And that's a natural 20. Yay! I got it back.
A natural 20.
The
Everyone
dice-
gets an inspiration. You can either deal more damage or invoke an effect. He is quite hurt.
I know. I have such a hunger to throw someone overboard. It's kind of consuming right now. But I don't think that counts as an effect.
You could try to, as you stab him, throw him off balance so that for your next attack, he's closer to the railing. If you want to throw him overboard.
Okay.
Like,
Let's-
instead of a normal stab, you start cutting tendons in the leg.
I don't have a lot of strength, though.
Very messy.
You don't need to have a lot of strength if someone can't fight you back.
All right. We'll go for the backs of the knees.
Ooh, the Achilles. All right, go ahead and roll your Go ahead and roll normal damage.
Oh, man. That's just 8.
8, that's fine. 31 points. And you're able to, as you do, like, you kind of do this, the slide behind, and you end up back in front of him, and he kind of just starts stumbling back a couple of feet, like 10 feet.
Ray!
And then you can follow up and rush him. And on this attack, you can either attempt to push him over, or you can just make an attack with your dagger and see what the dice do.
Nope. I want to push him over. What do
You
I
want
do?
to push him over? Okay. So to attempt to push him over, that would be an athletics check versus athletics check.
Heck yeah. Let's do
If
it.
his tendons are cut right now, would that check from him be a disadvantage? I'm just curious.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I was going to roll it at disadvantage. That's the other part of her natural 20, because it's a special effect.
A 22.
What's your 22? You rolled a 5.
I win.
How do you want to push him overboard?
She's gonna back him up against the railing and then grab his feet and flip them over his head and shove him over the rail.
Okay. He is bleeding profusely. You just threw him over the railing, and he doesn't even have the strength to tread water, and then you just see the water just slowly fill with this dark red blood.
Sharks.
Didn't say you saw fins.
She threateningly points her dagger at the two that are pinned back and be like, you know, it's good for you. Stay there.
They don't have a choice.
Irrelevant.
You
sorry,
have,
what?
like, your movement speed's actually doubled right now.
Yes. How much do I have
80.
left?
You have 70 feet of movement.
Oh, God.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Did Joaquin hear her say that to the pin dudes?
Lala, how loud were you talking? Were you, like, yelling, like, screaming with adrenaline?
Not screaming, but louder than normal talking.
You probably heard her, Joaquin.
All right, so Joaquin kind of, then he just kind of gets this really puzzled kind of horrified look, like, but they're not going anywhere.
Lala's running away.
Lala's too focused on what she is currently doing to process whatever may be getting yelled.
Being chastised from across the way.
Yeah. Deedle and Yenor, you do also see her get this evil smile as she just forces this guy against the railing and flips him over feet first.
100.
And then she does the peek and she like the and then she runs up to Kraka's aid. The puppy is going to be a good puppy and stay put.
Start sniffing around in barrels.
At the top of this round, we are going to go to a quick break. Thank you all for tuning in thus far. We hope you are enjoying, and we will be back here momentarily.
I was not sure how this was going to go at all. That captain dude is kind of very scary.
It's okay. There's 2 of us, and we're sneaky.
I mean, there's my shadow's there too. That's kind of like 2.5.
Where is Shadow?
Welcome, adventurers. This is a quick note to say that this is part 1 of a live stream. To gain immediate access to our episodes, please visit links.chaoticallybalanced.com or go to chaoticallybalanced.com/support. Thanks. We'll see you in the next one.
Another one in the bag of holding. Ha! You can catch us live most Tuesday nights at 7:30 Eastern. To get the latest information, head over to links.chaoticallybalanced.com, linked in the description below. While there, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to us. You can get access to exclusive content through Coffee by visiting chaoticallybalanced.com/support. Enough of that. We'll see you next time.